Hey, good morning. Oh no, my fucking microphone went, dumbass. Sorry, idiot. Oh boy. Hey, can you hear me now? Sorry about that, folks. I did all the prep work and I forgot my freaking microphone. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Crafts with old Johnny here. Now we're gonna have a light crew today, I think, because on Hawaiian Crap Shooters channel right now live, George from CY is doing his qualifier round. So what we may do here is after I get through some of the beginning stages here, I may just flip us over and watch some of that with you all live. We'll just do a quick check-in with him and see. I don't know how it works with the sound coming over from that channel, but we'll try it and see how it goes. I really want I want to keep shining the spotlight on the tournament. It's fun. It's again, I met like 4 or 5 new people through it, which is kind of cool. And of course, George is the night, right? George is the guy. So let's see if George can rock this thing out. So, yeah, with that said, let's jump in and talk about how I did this morning on the Paycheck. Boy, I tell you what, the Paycheck is a fun freaking series. Today, again, we're 4-0 with the 3-point dolly. And 4-0, I haven't even sweated yet. I have buckshotted myself a couple of times. I have not had a situation where I've taken all 3 bets down by picking them off. I did pick off 2 yesterday, and we fought right back and got our paycheck. It almost wasn't even like work. And today was a good example. We had 2 shooters that had 7 and then 8. They both hit 4 box numbers, which was great. You're making money on those rolls. You should be making money. If you get 4 box hits, you should be making money up there in the area there. But the 7 comes. Give me my 7 at the end of it, and look at that. We made $500 4 times in a row and didn't even think about it. So this one's good. I want to see it fight back. I want to see tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is a rough day. I'd like to have a session where I throw a 35-40 roller and pick every number and just have to have the thing rolling. And I want to see it come back from negative. Can I get to $500 profit when I'm down 2,000? That's what I want to see. I want to see this thing work from behind. But yeah, so far so good. It's crushing it. And if you're a dark side person, that shouldn't be a surprise to you. The one guarantee in craps is that 7's coming. That's the one thing you can be guaranteed on. That 7 is coming, no matter what. And if you're on there, then you're solid, right? If you're on the 7, then you're going to be great. And I think it's just a fact of life. So there's that. Other things in the news today. Not a lot of news going on, but we've got Friday night fights coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Sith Lord SB going for the 4-peat. He and I, Corey and I did a test last night. He's on a cruise right now. He's like in the Caribbean or something. We did a test to make sure his internet was good. He's fine. So he'll be able to join us over the phone from the ship. Maybe we'll get a little trip report out of him while he's there. And he'll be playing tomorrow night against, I forget who. I'll look it up. But we'll get that figured out. I will not be on the show tomorrow night. I'm going to talk to Chris, and I think Jeff comes back from his trip to Biloxi today. I'll talk to those 2 and see if we can't get a guest dealer in tomorrow night because I got a thing planned here with family tomorrow night, so I just can't do it. So anyway, there's that. Craps Chat is going to be on the 19th, so not this weekend, but next weekend is Craps Chat, right? Coming back. Hopefully everybody's wearing green on that one, celebrating the Eagles' victory the week before, right? That's what's going to happen. So I hope you caught the football show last night. I had fun. Chris and invited me onto the show. Actually, Ian invited me on the show. He's like, hey, you know football. Come on to the show with us. And I'm like, oh, sure, right? They're talking about all the stats and all this shit about betting. And I'm like, I added no value to that show at all. I literally was just talking about how much I love my Eagles. And that's why I don't sports bet yet. I never lived in a place where you had sports betting. When I was in Jersey, we didn't have it. When I moved to Seattle, of course, we still don't have it out here. I've never lived in Vegas, so I've never had a chance to actually place a sports bet unless I'm on vacation in Vegas and I put a bunch of homer bets out there, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know all that stuff, right? So it's kind of fun to be in the world now where we're about to get that here where I can do it in my state. About to move to Vegas. Now it's time to start the education process of how do I actually go through and hammer sports bets. So those guys were great last night. Thanks for having me on again. I was basically comic relief, and it was fun. So, um, anyway, that was awesome, super fun. Let's see what else. You are always invited everywhere, DG. You are invited no matter what. When I go on my family vacation, you can come. You're like invited, dude. You're solid. Yeah. So the thing with the shooting tournament, it's George's thing, right? George had the idea on Craps Nation, put it out there, and we've been talking about it. But I think we didn't do a very good job. And I've told George this. We have to do a better job next time. I think we'll do it again this summer of advertising it. Number one, having a better sign up sheet system. I think like the thing I wrote for the app I wrote for Friday Night Fights, where it has the sign up sheet. That I think is what we should do for the shooting tournament. Have just a better stats gathering system. We'll figure it out. I think it's a good thing. It's super fun, and I think a little more visibility into how it works and all that would be make it better. But yeah, first time doing it, George is putting in a shit ton of work, so it's awesome. Anyway, Fireside Craps has brought up a lot of comments. It's pretty fun. A lot of comments. I'm surprised by that. JB's. Some people are like, he's full of shit. There's no way he plays with that kind of money. Some people say, how in the world would a math guy, self-proclaimed math guy, play that way, play that hyper-aggressive style? I wrote to Victor yesterday an email, and I apologize. I'm like, I call him a math guy. JB's not a math guy in terms of he doesn't play the math guy way, right? I think we use the word math guy as kind of a pejorative, and it's unfair at some point to label people that way. Math guys in craps are the ones who play the pass line with max odds and nothing else. They're just playing low vig, low house edge stuff, and that's it. Not looking to do any kind of trend catching or capture variance or anything else. He is a guy who's a math professor, like he teaches statistics and mathematics at college level. He's a math guy in that he knows the math. You can ask him any formula, he's got it. How do I calculate the probability of 6 shooters going 7 rolls in a row each? He's got the math for you, right? That's what I mean by math guy. You can be informed by the math, understand the math, know the math, and still say, I'm going to play it my way. I want to have fun anyway, right? Charlie, glad that you're here. You're a proud math guy, right? And you play it your way, and people can, and again, love, hate, right? Wait for all the conditions you want to see and then jump in with your bet. That's your way of looking at it. And again, you can choose to ignore what's happening on the table and just play the math way. You can choose to ignore the math and play whatever way you want to. I don't care, right? I enjoy learning from people like that. I enjoy not the craps play, right? I'm not going to play his way, but I enjoy the discussions we have about how do numbers work, like the lay 9 versus the don't pass, right? That discussion is a fantastic discussion to have, and it's a great way to talk about A variance and B probabilities, and like see what the real gain or loss levels are in those things. It's fun, that we can nerd out all day long, right? Remember this at all things. You're always going to be in a variance. You're always going to be in a short window. Bet the window that you're in. You got to bet the window that you're in. I think that's an important thing. So, yeah, I know the math, but I choose to ignore it. And again, and I think Fives, you and I talked yesterday about this. You make that statement, right, as though it's a negative. I don't think that's a negative thing. Like that's like I hate to say the word. It's like an attack on the guy. It's not. You can know the math, right? I know that this, if I lay the 9, I'm going to lose it 4 times. I know that's mathematically true, right? If you decide to lay it anyway, if you decide to say, screw it, I'm going to leave that lay, I'm not going to do that. You can ignore what's going to probably happen. It's okay to do that. I can't give you a good example, but it's fine to ignore the math. You don't have to play a math way. You can play an adrenaline way. That's what he does. He's like, I know the math. I know what's coming. He's like, I know the average roll length. I know all the things that could happen. I'm still going to go after the variant. And his whole life is about playing for the variant, playing for the home run, because he's got the bankroll to do it. It's totally cool. I think that's a fine way to do it. Whatever, right? I don't think that somebody who ignores the math that they know is somebody to be judged harshly. That's just a choice they make. A lot of people make choices that we don't agree with, and that's got to be okay. Know the math, but ignore it is called gambling. Yeah, Dan, that's exactly what it is. It is gambling. If you know the math and play the math way, guess what? You're still going to be a loser. We're still going to be losers, right? So it's a matter of how do you want to lose your money? You want to lose your money having a good time and swinging for the fences and having the adrenaline rush? Or do you want to lose your money by calculating every penny and still losing pennies. That's what it comes down to. And again, it doesn't matter to me what people decide to do, as long as they're informed and they know that they're making a decision that may be orthogonal to what the math actually says, and say, yeah, I understand that. I want to do this other thing anyway. I'd rather take the chance and gamble than play this safe way where I'm still going to lose anyway. So that's where it comes down to. It's cool. I'm more excited though that it generated so much energy. I mean, a lot of people in chat are fired up. I got a ton of texts, ton of emails. It's awesome because it's not just my voice anymore, right? It's not just John saying stuff that John believes. I get Charlie's going to be on here at some point. JB was on here. Greg's been on here. Waylon's been on here. You're going to get more thoughts on the same stuff. And you guys are grown-ups, man. Think about how you interpret what you're getting for information and play it your own way. That's the whole point. It's like giving you all the information. Do with it what you will. Nobody here is telling you how to do it, right? Just giving you examples. So anyway, yeah, it's about the risk you're willing to take. And some people, Greg, want to take a lot of risk. It's not even about avoiding risk. For some people, like Skill's way, right? Here's the thing. The Moonbow, it's all about avoiding risk. How can I avoid risk at all the stages so I can do what I want to do? The people who go triple lux, they're not looking to avoid risk. They're looking to incur more risk because the rush comes from the risk paying off, right? And there's a not even a tolerance for risk for some people. There's a thirst for risk for some people. And I think that's a thing that in your brain trips, I think. So think about that. I think it's cool. All right. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and George opened at 11. Cool. Let's jump in. I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try and jump in here. Let me change the screen share. I think we can do it. Hold on one second. I'm going to change to that. We're going to go to Firefox. We're going to move this over here. We're going to hit play. We're going to jump here and go full screen. Let's see where we are.
Aces confirmed. Thank you.
George.
Thank you.
30 people watching, right? We'll just give it a few minutes here. He's so methodical, isn't he? George just has this 1, 2, 3, breathe, pull, fire. Like he's so machine-like. That's very cool to watch. Look at that landing.
213.
The landing zone is just hammered.
3 confirmed. Thank you. Another nice shot.
They're like Silver Fox yesterday. Silver Fox was his landing zone was destroyed. He's beaten that one spot of his table up so bad. You can just tell that's I don't have that kind. I'll never be that guy. My consistency is not there for sure. Let's watch him till his well, I can't say till his next 7 because we don't know how long it's going to take.
369.
369 is the point. 9 confirmed. Thank you.
Look at the chat there. Ryan says this is more pressure than playing for actual money at the table, right? 100%. When I did my throw with Alfredo, I was so freaking nervous. It's so stupid to be that nervous. I do this every day live, but I was so nervous doing my entry here. It's very nerve-wracking. Let's go, George.
560.
560.
All right, we're gonna
confirm.
Pause and come back to us.
Thank you.
Doing good though. It's good to see. I'm gonna hit the mute button here, so I'll keep the video going, but we'll watch ourselves. Okay, let's go back to this. Back to us. All right, I just wanted to do a quick check-in. Do me a favor in chat. Tell me if you can hear the sound. Could you hear the Brian and his dice? I want to know when I brought that in to see. Could you all hear it? Because that's kind of the thing. I think be kind of cool to do every once in a while. Anyway, um, some of us are gamers more than gamblers. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I think there's an interesting nuance to that, right? Um, I don't know. I wouldn't worry even classify myself in that argument. Am I a gambler? Some days I am. I was telling Greg this yesterday. Like some days I go with the intention of winning a few bucks. Some days I go with the intention of just, going, not insane, but just going a little bit more aggressively. I think your brain can turn that on or off. I hope to make that, I don't know, a little more, a little bit less fun. Anyway, let's move on and talk about Greg's. Greg, you're here in the chat, so we're gonna do. I did one for you today. This is we're still working $25 bankrolls with the $500 bankroll, $25 minimum bet. What are you doing here, right? This is a tough one. We've been over this, like what is the risk level that I'm willing to have on any given roll? And I will tell you this, the risk level that I'm willing to have with a $500 bankroll, most likely at worst is 2 units, $50 at most, maybe 60 if you're playing 6 and 8 style. That's about where you got to be. You got to have, like we say, at least 10 bullets in the gun. If you're going to go $50 risk, you got to have 10 bullets in your gun. So I'm going to show you a strategy here that Greg has not signed off on. This is not a Greg strategy, but I'm calling it the 5-5-5, 6, 7, 8 because in my brain I imagine that if Greg were going to play some 6, 7, 8, this is probably the way that he would do it. And I'm going to put a little bit of John into it too. We're going to put a little bit of me in here, a little bit of Greg in here, and I want to go to my table. I want to show you an idea that I had the other night when I made this plan. And let's take a look at it. Let's go to the table. I'm going to zoom in first. I'm going to show you my thought process here on this. And it's another one of these risk intolerant strategies. I'm trying to mitigate the risk and make my $500 last a hot minute on this table. So, and somebody said this, by the way, the other day, when I do the light thing, you can't see the eyes on my table until the lights go on. And it's almost like the lights flash and the eyes blink. It's kind of cool. Here's the strategy, right? We're gonna do a basic 5-5-5 don't. First of all, I'm gonna get some nickels for a green chip here. Okay, we're gonna 5 nickels for that green. And the basic 5-5-5 don't looks like this. It's a $25 don't pass. Okay, we're gonna get a point, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what the point is. You're $30 in odds. That's Greg's life joy right there. Right, one don't with 30 knots. Right, super simple. But you got now all this extra risk, right? We said that's about the most risk I'm going to take is that $55 is about my tolerance. But let's make this 0.9. But I'm a degenerate. I want to get some right side action too. So the 6, 7, 8 comes in. Let's grab the 6 and the 8 for $30 each. Okay, I'll offset those chips so you can see them. Now I've got, what's my risk now? Okay, this would win $50 on a 7. We're going to win flat 25 on the odds. On a 7, you'd win 50, you'd lose 60, you're out $10. Okay, this turns again a $25 table into a $10 table. You feel me? Okay, now buckshot in the point will hurt. Okay, but the standard 5-5-5 don't would incur that risk anyway. Okay, what you're looking for is to get a hit on the 6 or the 8 and then let the 7 come out. So the way that Greg probably plays this, or would play this potentially, is to take a 6 or an 8 for $35, right, and go running for the freaking hills. Like I'm out. Like I beat the odds. I'm taking that $35 back to my rack and I'm out of here. Like Vladimir, we're done, right? That's I think the way Greg would probably do it. One hit and gone, right? Take your shot here and get the frick out, right? Now, what John would probably do is a little different, right? And I look at the ways I like to play. I have favorite ways of playing the 4 and 10, as you know. Favorite ways to play the 5 and 9, as you know. My favorite way to play the 6 and the 8 is the sister press. I think for the 6 and 8, because they hit frequently enough, I like sister pressing them. I'll take the $35, and maybe what I'll do is not a full press. Maybe I'll press them both by 12, right? Take them both to $42 and take a few bucks back to my rack. I may drop $1 and make them both look like 48. Either way, I'm gonna press them both and take a second hit and then come down. So I'm gonna look for either the 6 or the 8 to hit 2 times, and then I'm out. And then we let the 555 don't do its magic. You got to get this to happen before that happens. It's kind of a little race, right? If I only have one of them, right, then what I'll probably do is just take the 5 or the 9. I just randomly pick one of those and get a second number established. It doesn't matter what it is, but that's it. That's the 555 678. It's not Greg approved. I've not even shown this to Greg yet. We haven't even ever talked about it. I'm going to take that $35 back to the house over here. This is just a way that I think if Greg were to play a 5 or a 6, 7, 8 strategy, this is probably what he would do. As conservative as I know Greg is, that's the plan. So here's our money. We have 1, 2, 3, 400, 75, $500, $25 minimum table. We're going to go ahead and grab a point, take a couple of hits, try and make a little bit of profit and get the hell out of here, right? Can we make $100, right? This is like a 20% day. Can I make a hundo playing this way, playing extra conservative? And again, all the bets are wickedly low house edge, right? There's no edge here. It's all the low vig stuff. It's quote unquote the way to play it, right? Let's get out here. So it looks like yesterday we had a point of 10 and I quit the show for some reason. I'm gonna jack a 7 in here just to get our roll tracker right. Let's go to the other screen. Give me a second here. I want to get to the full table screen so we can see it. Table with KPI. There we go. Okay, you should see the roll tracker in a second. Come on. Refresh yourself, he said. There we go. There's the repeaters. There's the rolls. This one down here has to refresh. Give me a second to get it to work. I don't know why. Sometimes this thing just doesn't want to. Ooh, we got a 16 for round 2. Good for George. All right, he's got an 11 and a 16, so he's kicking my ass for sure. Good for him. Greg says, I'd leave the 6 and 8 and play the don't odds higher. Okay, that's interesting. Because when I look at this, Greg, what I see is, or what I picture, I suppose, in my head, is that the odds don't quite cover the 6 and 8. Right, you're going to be upside down a quarter. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a consistent quarter of risk. This thing here will not refresh. Why? That's all right. The roll tracker may come to life at some point. Sometimes it just doesn't refresh. Here we go. Let's grab a point. I'll talk about risk as we go here. But let's grab a point. Hopefully the roll tracker picks itself up. There's a 3, 2, 5. All right. On the point of 5, I'm going to do single level here. Right, just the $30. Okay, we win 25, we win 20, $45 against 60 up here. Now I know I hate to say against, because you could go down here and go to 60 odds, right, which would win 40 plus 25, and this wins more money than you lose on the 7. That's a way to do it, but again, only have $500 in here. So the reason why I'm doing it at this level, Greg and everybody else, is this. At the worst case scenario, we hit the 5, we lose 2 units, essentially 2 units. Okay, I never want to have more than 2 units at risk at any one time. I've got 2 units at risk here. If I go to 60 odds, I'm risking 3 units out of my 20. I've only got 20 units here at the $25. That's the reason why I chose this level here. I know that I'm underfunded for this. This thing needs to have one of these 2 hit. I got to get a hit up in here for it to work at all. If not, it's a $10 loss. It's not the end of the world. Here we go. We got a 5. Let's go with 3, 2, 5. Put that in there. Hopefully the roll tracker will wake up. There's a 6, a 5, 1, 6. Now, we can do it a couple of ways, like I said. There's the 5, 1. We're going to get paid $35. Okay. You can same bet it and pull it down. Be like, I'm done. I got 1 hit. I'm out of here. Let this thing happen. Okay. Or, again, what I would probably do is drop my 5, right? Let's just get some ones up in our rack here. I'll drop a penny, and we'll take to $36. There's going to be 25, 35. I need to get more whites. Let's make them both look like $48. Okay. Press them both up. I'm going to try and get one or the other 2 times. We have one or the other. one or the other again, and we're gone. That's my goal. That's how I'm going to play this thing. A little bit aggressive. There's the 7, so it doesn't work. What is our net result, though? Okay, our net result is this. We dropped the buck from our rack, obviously, to make that work. Okay, we were out here for 60. We're going to win 25 here. We're going to win 20 here. Out 60 in 45. Okay, so we lost 15 bucks on that. We had a $15 shot at doing something kind of cool. Okay, that's the mitigated low tolerance thing. Again, $25 table, super bad result, not a terrible result for us. Okay, so again, you're not going to make a fortune doing that. You're going to survive doing this. But if this thing pays off, it's a pretty good little deal. Let's see if we can get the payoff at least once today, right? And maybe get lucky. 437, still not showing up on TV for you. Okay, next point's going to be a 10. Sweet. Hard 10, by the way. 5-5 is a hard 10. Same deal. Let's come back out. Go 6, 7, 8. 30 in odds. Now, here's a case where you're way under leveraged, right? You got to get this to happen quick because that right there is only going to pay 25 and 15 is only going to pay 40. So that's going to cost you 20 bucks. You're 20 bucks at risk here. You're 55 bucks at risk every time on the point. Here we go. Give me a 6 or an 8. We got a 9. 6, 3, 9. We'll watch that one go by. It's okay. There's a yo 11 yo 6-5 Chiro mid-mo yo. Somebody report in chat, by the way, whatever George did. 6-5 yo. There's the 7. Oh boy, we're getting crushed in here. We should be playing the dolly, right? 6-1. It's fine. It's fine. Again, it cost you 20 bucks. All right, there's 25 there. There's 15 on those odds. Okay, net result is down 20. Again, not going to cry yet. I'm not going to cry yet. I'm going to cry at some point, but I'm not going to cry just yet. Here we go. Coming out. It bugs me when the roll tracker is not proper. It really does. I'm going to try and refresh it one more time. Just because it's driving me crazy. This was a 5-5 and then a 6-1. And then this here has got to refresh. Come on. Off and on. There we go. All right. So it just needs a little bit of love sometimes, right? Here we go. Let's see. 6, 7, 8 is not where you want to be. Pick a side, 6 or 7. Yeah. So what I'm doing, James, is when I play a 6, 7, 8, my philosophy on this is not necessarily to pick a side for the long term. There's a 5, by the way. Everyone's 5. Is on one of the sides for a very short time, right? So what I want to do, hold on, let me get the roll tracker going, 415. What I want to do is get my 6 and 8 to pay and then get out. I want to choose the dark side, but I want to get a little bit of juice on the way. That's the idea for me, is to get some juice coming to it. So again, we're going to go here. There's your odds. Here's our 6 and our 8. Come on, John. All right, let's get them out here. I want to get a little bit of profit out here from these guys and then just let the 7 be the champion, right? So I'm going to be a short-term fence rider in hopes we can get something good. There's a 6, 516. I'm going to drop a buck, make them both look like 48. Okay, we're going to do a full press to 48 bucks on each of them. 1 penny white here. And again, it's one or the other twice. 6 and 8 are great candidates for a sister press. One or the other twice is the way I like to play those. And then they come down to starting point or they go home with me. Here, if we can catch one more, they're going to go home with me. There's the point. Oh boy, we're just getting picked off everywhere today. 3, 2, 5. So we lose our point. That sucks. All right. The worst case happens, right? We lose our 55. That blows. Okay. Bucks off. Undeterred. Let's play it out. Midnight. 6, 6. 6, 6. Greg will tell you in chat why this sucks, right? a lot of people go, whew, dodged one, right? Greg will teach you this on his channel. That's not a great result because you dodge the 7, it's hard. And all you did was get nothing out of this, right? I do like to play a dollar on the 12 when I'm in the donut sometimes, just to get that extra little bit of love. It would have helped us here because I just rolled a 7. And that $1.12 would have covered us here, right? We're going to lose that quarter. We're going to actually burn our money today, it looks like. We're not going to do very well here. Just bad rhythm this morning for me. All right, it's a 10, a hard 10 for the point. Cool. Get those odds back out when these things paid off. Let's put the 10 in, 5, 5. All right. Here we go. 6, 5, 1, 6. Perfect. So in our scenario, 6, 7, 8, we hit the 6. We hit one of these two twice. We hit the 6 and pressed it up to 48. There's our 56, right? And these bets come all the way back, right? They're done. They're totally done. We got two wins out of it. We're back to the rack with all of it. And then just bring it all back. There's $100 here. There's $350 in the rail. These are done. Now we flip dark side and just let the 7 happen over here. That's all I care about now is having that 7 happen. Okay, 5, 1, 6. And so I take my 2, ramp it up a little bit, and we're out. I'm not going to sit here and fight myself and hedge myself all day long, right? I pick a side after my condition is met. My condition was 2 hits. Out. That's how I do it. When I play 6, 7, 8, I will pick a side. Now, sometimes I'll pick the right side, and I'll take the odds down and place the point with it, and I'll stick up here in the box. Today, we're going to play 5-5-5 style and just sit here and pick the 7. You can pick either side, right? You can hedge off the point and stay up in the box, let that shit ride out all day long, or I can just do this. All right, 2, 1, 3. Just looking now to beat, I just want to beat the 10. All right, can I beat the 10? Is the only question I've got. 2 9s in a row, 5, 4 again. Yo, Nitmo, yo, Chiro. Chiro's going to be laying in a bucket of tears in about 3 days. 6, 2, 8. I still love you, but. All right, there. Oh, God, we've done it twice. 5, 5. We hit our points twice, right? We've gotten beat by the same shooter, I guess, 2 times. That's a bummer, right? Do you go back out after the same shooter beats you? Probably people say no. I don't give a shit. I don't think that matters. I think you're playing against these guys, not the person, right? Let's do it. Let's go on out. So far, we're not doing well. 5, 3, 8. That's our point. That rolled on me. That should be a 5, not a 6. It's an 8. Question is here, do we go back out up here again, right? Because that point resolved. And I'm going to look at this and say, well, for every point, it's a unique situation. 6, 3, 9. That's our point. Oh, I'm sorry, 5, 2, 8. Shit. Sorry, I got to go back over and fix that. Luckily, unlike Crapsy, I can make a change to a roll. 6, 2, 8. Okay. Points 8. I'm going to come back up. We have the 9 or the 5 at our disposal here. I'm going to place a $30 6. I'm going to place the 5 for no reason, just to have a second number out there. It's one or the other. And we're going to try it again. The don't pass on this table today has not been very friendly. So let's see what happens. God, look at this. We're just destroying ourselves. But like I said before, the max risk you have is right here. You have the 2-unit max risk. We're not getting any supplementary payments today at all. 5, 3, 8. Clock is off. Wowie, wowie. We're going to lose. I hate losing in front of you guys. 5, 3. Let's go. Buckshot. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That's good. We got some of it back. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. We'll just go ahead and drop that on in there. Point's going to be a 9. 639. So let's go play against it. Make my 5 look like an 8. And here we go. One or the other, 2 times. Come on, Johnny. There's a yo. Wasted roll. We're playing the 6 and 8 only, boy. It can be a frustrating mess to let other things around you happen while you're waiting. 516, that's good though. We're going to again drop the dollar, make it look like 48. Okay, I'm going to drop the buck. I'm going to make these both look like 48 bucks. There's the nickels. Get some pennies over here. All right. One or the other, 2 times. 516. There it is. Let's get a 6 or an 8 here. Let's have a perfect run. No. Come on. Is that 4 in a row? I think it might be 4 in a row. Point is getting shredded over here. My God, the point's getting shredded. 6, 5, 4. Woof. Not a friendly table for the don't. Right? We're just gonna stay on strategy. We're gonna keep doing it. The same shooter now has busted us 3 times. This is the 4th point for the shooter. Everybody in chat, Newberry, Greg, Darksider, get off. Don't play the same shooter. Trust me, this shooter has nothing to do with it. Right? I'm throwing him, hucking and chucking. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to say it out loud. It doesn't matter. Okay? The shooter isn't beating me. The dice are. Today's rhythm is beating me. It's not the fact that John has the dice. That's the cause of this. It just is what it is. You can say we're in a bad variant, and we are in a bad variant. You can make a choice in that bad variant to get out of it, right? Probably a wise choice if you're going to play the variant style or the trending style. Otherwise, you're going to stick to strategy and let it just beat, and see what happens here, okay? Again, for the purposes of demonstration, I want to show the moves, so I'm going to stick into it. Did I mark that point? I did. Okay, it's on a 9. There's a 6, so we did it. Took us a hot minute, but the 426 pays, right? There's 56 bucks, and these can come down. And we're gonna switch sides. Here's our picking a side piece, right? We're gonna go back to the rack with all of this. Nice little win right there. Oops, that goes over here. And there we go. We've lost money because we're getting destroyed up in here, but we still have some bullets to play with. It's a 426. Let's get that typed in. We did. Let's go. Where's my 7? Where's my freaking 7? 426. This guy's going to pick me off again. Aces. 1-1. Come on. 6-5. Yo. 6-5 mid-mo. 3-2-5. Remember I said earlier about picking a side where you could go from here to here, right? The way that the variant that we're in right now is dictating this is not the greatest bet. This is probably a better place to be, where you could move up into here and take the same 30 bucks, right? Again, stave off the 9 and put 1 more unit at risk somewhere else. I wouldn't put more than 1 unit though. We're at a quarter table, so you can't go too nuts. Aces again. 1-1. You gotta keep that in mind, right? What bankroll you're playing with. So if you're gonna switch sides, you've only really got 1 bet you can make. There's a 4, 3 and a 1. There's a 4. Good right side run here though, huh? 7 out. Finally, jeez. That took a hot minute to get one of those. 5-2. All right. $25 flat. $15 on the odds. It's not a home run, but at least it recovers partially a previous loss, right? There's some reds. There's some greens. I'm going to color these reds up to get the bank some change here. 1, 2, 3. There's 4. So 4 greens coming back to the rack from the reds. The bank has some change. Now check out where we are, right? We've gotten whacked a few times, right? This has not been great for us. but we're at 1, 2, 3, 425, 450, plus a bunch of whites, right? We only lost 50 bucks going through all this. That's not been great for us, but we're not getting destroyed. Okay, a couple of wins up in here help make up for some of that. Let's catch a better rhythm right here. Let's catch one roll that works well, and then we'll call it 549. What a 9 is smoking hot. 549. All right, here we go. I'm going to drop 75 bucks. We're going to get some nickels for one of those quarters. We're going to go with 30 bucks. In odds, we're going to go with the 6 and 8 for 30 bucks. We're going to catch those two right now. We're going to get two of them. We're going to be out of here. All right? Here we go. Come on. Give me a 6. Oh, there's an 8. 6, 2. Sweet. 6, 2, 8. Again, drop the buck. Make them both look like 48. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 48 bucks on both of them. That's your one hit. Looking for one more. Come on, give me a 6. Hard 10. Let's get a 6. Oh, that was a Greg shot. But we got a 6. 4, 2, 6. I rolled it. That's a 4, 2, 6. 4, 2, 6. Fantastic. Right? That's our 56 bucks. Right? And they can come down, which is beauteous. Get our drink money back there. We got our reds up in here. Put the greens back in the back of the rack. Now we're at 425. Plus we have a nice bet out there on that. We have changed sides. We got our 2 hits. Change sides. 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just that. A little bit of 6, 7, 8. And then get out. 6, 4, 10. Give me a 7 here. Give me a 7 and let's end this damn thing. 4, 1, 5. A bit of coffee. There it is. 4, 3, 7. Thank you, sir. May I have another? All right, I'm going to drop 5 and get 50 bucks back. 50 for the flat, 20 for the odds, plus my 5 is that. And it comes back. There is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 starting bankroll. Here is our profit, 25 bucks. There's 75. That's 25. 50. There's 5 here. There's probably going to be another 10 or 15 up in here. There's 5. And then, these chips are so slippery. 15, 20. There's another quarter. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's a quarter. Won 101 bucks. Okay. Not too shabby. Right? Not too shabby. A little 100 bucks. And we actually, I was mad as part of that. We had a couple of sessions in there where I felt like we were getting our clocks cleaned, right? But again, here and here, right? That's 3 of the best bets you can make. We made them in the order of get off of this and switch to that. I'm picking the 7, right? I'm going to take a little bit of juice off the table before I go for the 7, but we're going to totally switch sides, right? And that's, I think, how I would classify a 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8 style play. Most risk we ever had on the table was the 55 bucks on the don't and the odds. That was the most risk we ever incurred, was that one little bit. Not little bit, but that one, and we lost it, I think, 3 times. And we still came back in one line. So there you go. Let's go back here and talk to me. Let's go back to my face. Where's my face? There we are. Ooh, wow. Okay, so we're back. That was fun. What did we do with George? How did George end up? Can somebody post it in there? I'm sure somebody did. But how did George do on his 3rd roll? He had a 11 and a 14. Is that right? So just do me a favor. Just post it in chat for me, and I'll go watch the show after, or watch his rolls afterwards. But let me know. Anyway, that's it. That's the. Let's go back to screen. I want to make sure we're looking at the right thing here. Today's 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8 was simple. Okay, again, it's a $25 table, which is a huge minimum, right? Avoid those if you can, but if you can't, and you've only got 500 bucks, what do? You got to think in terms of how many shots do I have at this thing? 20 shots, 1 quarter per bet. That's a tough way to make it, right? 10 shots, you're risking 2 quarters per bet. Now, what we did today was let a point get established. You have your $25 flat on the don't. The 30 in odds makes it that 2-unit max. You can lose that bet 10 times and be done. We added the 6 and 8 up top just to get some juice along the way. We lost those bets a couple of times, right? It cost us $10 once. It cost us $15 once. It's going to happen, right? But you're reducing the risk. Those 2 bets up there aren't really that much risk. They're 10 or $15 depending on the point. But they can make you $60 when they hit. You're going to win, the $35, press them both up, win 56, bring it all back down. That's like an $85 win right there. When you can pull off the this or that once and go home with it, then you pick the 7. The last roll was perfect. 6, 8, 7. All 3 of them hit. Boom, boom, boom. Bankroll recovered, in profit, and we're out of here. I love that way of playing it. You got to pick a side though, right? You can't sit there and play 6, 7, 8 forever. You'll end up hedging yourself into oblivion. But I think getting a goal and then switching out and going to a different goal that's clean. 6 and 8 were clean hits. The 7 was a clean hit or a clean loss. That's, I think, the way you do that. So hopefully you like that one. And again, $25 table, I would do that all day long. That's a nice way to sit there at a $25 table and survive for the most part. And you'll get a couple of those nice big hits. So there it is, guys. I'm going to check the chat real quick and to see if there's anything here I should be addressing. So let's do the PCs first and see. Oh my God, look at all the PCs. Woo! You say check your mic, you can barely. Oh shit! I did it again, didn't I? I picked the wrong mic. Hold on, damn it. Guys, do me a favor. I'm sure I'm loud now. Do me a favor and email me or text me. If my mic sucks, drop me a text. You guys all have my phone number. Just drop me a text message so I can switch. This mic is a different button that I got to click. I just forgot to click the button. Damn it, I'm so sorry, guys. I just didn't know that early enough. Geez. Okay, what else do we have in here? Compare the DP win via the extra money you get paid via the 6 and 8 vig. I mean, there's whatever. There's a little bit of vig in there. I mean, every bet's got a vig built into it, right? The don't pass is 1.37%. The 6 and 8 are 1.42% each, or 1.44% each. They're all such low house edge, it doesn't matter, right? Played on their own, you will lose about $1.50 per $100 that you bet over the course of time. You're going to lose and go to zero very, very slowly. The don't pass, the same thing. You'll lose very slowly. This style of play is literally win. And again, you're not going to ever play a fair game. And I think you say this a lot, Victor. It's good to point it out, right? But you're not playing a fair game against the casino. There's always a built-in vig. Every win you take, they take a percentage of it. And I honestly don't care. 5 and 9 are a higher percentage. That kind of sucks. But that's their profit center. Their profit center is the edge on the bets. Just like the supermarket has a profit center as their hike up on the milk or the eggs, right? They're making money. Casino can make money too. I'm fine with that. You got to choose which of those bets you want to do, right? If you want to buy the highfalutin organic milk or the regular old run-of-the-mill milk, right? One's going to cost you more money because you're paying extra for the joy of having organic milk. You're going to pay an extra fee for that. Okay. Same with playing the 5 or 9 410. You're choosing to pay extra for the result that you're going to get, which you think is better milk. I think is a better payment. Whatever it is you're looking at, that's, I think, an important thing. Like we said earlier, know the math, right? I can know, and I can embrace the fact that the 5 and 9 have a 4.5% vig, 4.5% house edge. I can know that. I can know that the 6 and 8 have a 1.5% house edge. I know that. I still choose to play the 5 and 9 because I like the way they play. I seem to roll a lot of them. I'll take my winnings, right? I will give up the extra couple of percent to get a couple more targets when I'm playing the right side. I just will, right? Doesn't make me a fool, right? Doesn't make me a dumbass. It doesn't make me a gambler. I'm making a decision. I know the math. I'm making a decision that may be orthogonal to the pure math, but I want to get numbers of wins. I want to get in and get out, right? I'll gladly give up a little bit of higher vig to have another couple of chances at getting money off the table, and then I can run. I'm okay with that, right? And you have to be okay with me being okay with that. And I think that's where we argue sometimes, not just Victor, but in general. You got to be okay with me being okay with that decision. If I'm making that call, I'm making that call for me, and I'm okay with it. I'm telling you, higher house edge on those bets. Be careful when you make them because you're going to bleed faster. But if you're okay with that and you bet them anyway, cool, go for it. That's got to be okay. You just have to know it. You have to just know what the numbers are, make your decisions anyway. I think that's an important thing. So, yeah, fives. If it involves chips, John will kill it on camera. I do. But you know what, Greg? We came back and won it today, right? We did a good job here. Let's see. If you want high volatility, play roulette 5. Oh, God. Yeah. So someday I'm opening a roulette channel. I love roulette's a fun game. It's a fun game, and it's like craps because you can't beat it, but it sure is fun to try and put your shit around the table and beat it. We'll talk about that at some point for sure. Darksider says I'm doing a huge win crap study. You are on the effects of the come out sevens on great. That's going to be interesting. I would like you to do that. Do me a favor. When you're doing that, do a side-by-side where you have your come out, let's say, and do it at a quarter level because the math works. Do a $25 DP, right? And just watch the thing go by itself. Add the dollar for the 12 to it. And have a side-by-side. One player just playing a flat DP all day long. What do the sevens look like? And then also do it with a $1 midnight. Also do it with the flat DP and a what do you call it? Lay 9. Because we said the other day, right? Laying the 9 will lose 4 times out of 36. The 7 will get you 6 out of 36. They should equal out. Those two players, a lay 9, exactly proper lay 9 versus an exactly proper don't pass. So like a $60 lay 9 with a $40 don't. What does it look like $20 don't. What does it look like over time? Does that actually, is it the exact same as a flat don't player? That's what I want to know. Like, is the lay 9 versus the don't and a flat don't, are they having the same outcome on the same set of rolls? I think that's actually pretty interesting. I would love if you do that thing and report back. That'd be awesome because I've wanted to do that for a while and I just haven't done it just because of, time. So what else? Hyper press Nemo. I have not. You guys got to pick your own name. Pick. What do you want to be called? We should give me some ideas and I'll put a thing. I keep forgetting to do that. What else here? Q. And by the way, Nemo put something in chat because I had that heart procedure the other day, which by the way was a nightmare. Let me give you quick little piece of personal advice. If you haven't done so already, get a cardiologist and go get yourself checked. Get your EKG. Catch it early if you have any kind of heart issues, because I'm telling you what, the stress test that I go through in Nemo, if you've had a heart attack, I'm glad you made it through, obviously, right? You're probably doing the same thing. I know Skill does too, right? Skill's about to start doing the stress tests every year. I do a stress test twice a year now. The one I had the other day was a nuclear stress test where they inject you with a thing that makes your heart go crazy. It's really, really scary. Don't go through that. Get yourself checked out. Go get yourself looked at quick. Doesn't cost nothing. Most of y'all have insurance that'll cover it. Just save it. Anyway, what else over here do we need to look at? Nothing else that I can see. I'm looking. It's funny. I look for the letter Q over here in the chat. I can filter it down, and I'm seeing all the barbecue talk, which is great. It's so great. I'm throwing dice, making great points. You guys talking about fucking barbecue. That's awesome. I'm sorry though that I had the wrong mic picked. I knew I was going to do something stupid. Wrong mic being picked. You didn't hear anything I said at the table, probably. I made a lot of great points though, so it was. Damn it, that sucks. We picked the wrong mic. Hopefully you heard some of that at least. So anyway, let's go home or go to work rather. It's been a good hour. I'm gonna go check in with George and see how we did. I'll talk to him over chat here, and I'm sure he qualified with those numbers. I'm sure he qualified. So that's it, folks. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday, and I'm gonna go get to work, and I'll see you probably tomorrow morning for the next daily paycheck. Thanks again, everybody, and bye.